2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Philadelphia. That's the scene for the Hawks. A prototype 3-and-D swingman with great strength and versatility. DeAndre Hunter, a critical piece as they prepare to do battle inside Wells Fargo Center. Hawks, Sixers, only here on 2K Sports. It's Friday night, and live on 2K Sports, we're going to bring you the NBA and all its excitement. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And as always, we'll hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Young and Bogdanovich are the guards. Okongwu is out there with DeAndre Hunter. And it's Reza Shea in at the 3 spot. And for the 76ers, Paul George is out there with Tyrese Maxey. Then it's MP. And there's Embiid, and it's Oubre in at the 3. And we know the second night, Greg, of a back-to-back can be rough.
And the NBA has put in work trying to minimize these, but sometimes it's unavoidable. And if you have a long bench, this is when you lean into it.
Now, Reza Shea. And here is Hunter. Pass to Reza Shea. Just 5 to shoot. He kicks to Okongwu. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Here's MP. That one off the back iron and out. Reza Shea with it. The pass to Young. Pulls up. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. For the 76ers, the last game, a win against the Wizards in Washington.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
Yeah, that kind of performance on the road really speaks to their preparation and mental fortitude.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Nets in Brooklyn. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office. And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Bogdanovich against George. Pass to Reza Shea. A 3-ball. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
The Hawks have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals. Here's Young. From 16 feet away, he cans it.
Well, that's just their first make in 5 attempts. Maybe that bucket can ignite their offense.
And the dunk by MP.
A solid facilitator. I like whenever Maxey looks to get his guys involved.
And the Hawks with possession here. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Here's Reza Shea, covered by Oubre. And it's Reza Shea missing. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
And he takes advantage of whatever the defense gives. George can go to the finesse game if he has to.
All right, now let's find out what head coach Nick Nurse had to say to David Aldridge. David.
Now, I talked with him about the challenges of guarding someone like Trae Young. Coach said, as soon as he crosses half court, you got to be on him. I told our guys, no separation. Of course, this defense will have to be very aggressive. We hope to stop Trae. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thanks. Here's MP after the basket by Onyeka Okongwu. Oubre passes to MP. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. MP's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
Yeah, right now, Coach needs to draw up his best play, get some points, and give this team some confidence.
Some of the numbers here for Trae Young.
Everybody, get loud for them once again.
Out to the right wing. Here's Roddy, covered by Martin. 4 on the clock. Here's Herter. Another shot. He lays it in.
Kevin Herter.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
The 76ers have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Knocks it loose and stolen by Gordon. And now the 76ers on the break. Here's Lowry, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Yeah, a silky shot by Lowry. He has a tool for any offensive situation he finds himself in.
Now, here is Young. 23 points for him the last game against the Nets in Brooklyn. To the middle. Shot clock at 6. Gordon against Herter. Here's Roddy. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
Yeah, it's so smart of Young to push the pace as much as he can in transition.
Rebounded by the Hawks. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from their bench.
Yeah, depth plays a huge factor in this league. You can't win just with 5 guys.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
Yeah, well, sometimes Trae Young can seem a little temperamental, but that...
The 76ers with a completely new group now. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Atlanta.
Well, I'm seeing that their second chance points are exactly what every coach wants to see. Hustling on the offensive glass to convert every possession they can.
And another thing, guys, they've been very active tonight, frequently creating scoring opportunities off turnovers.
On the court for Atlanta, Bogdanovich on the wing. He's paired with Rizache. DeAndre Hunter out there with Okongwu. And it's Young in at the point. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Wizards was terrific. He added 18 points, and along with that scoring, he brought some defensive intensity as well. This team is playing really well right now. They're playing for each other and working hard to get every win. Kevin, they're going to keep it going tonight.
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious he was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
Here's Rizache after the made shot from Joel Embiid. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot. You create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent. To see the numbers for Bogdanovich, averaging 15 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, he gives you something to build around night after night. Reliability is huge in this league.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Rizachet with it, covered by Oubre. Pass to Rizachet. The Hawks working the ball around. Here's Hunter. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. George finds Embiid. Maxey in the corner. Now here's Embiid. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And you've got to admire the toughness that Embiid plays with. He doesn't let fouls stop him from scoring. And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels him.
Find the lanes. One shot.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Rizachet. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Rizachet, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got some jelly to his game. Handle, touch. At his size, that becomes very tough to contain.
The free throw drops for Rizachet.
Looking like your classic wing. Zachary Rizachet is 6'8", long, and can hit threes. A real modern swingman.
Seth Curry, he's checked in for the 76ers. Both good from the line that time. What a unique resume for Coach Quinn Snyder. Stan, he's coached in college. He's been overseas as a head coach. He's been in the G League, and now he is back in the NBA.
Yeah, and this guy's just a great coach. He's had teams that perform well at both ends of the floor. He's won everywhere he's been. And he's the only NBA coach I know of that's got a law degree on top of it.
So he's smart and he can coach. Oh, and by the way, he had a pretty good mentor in college, didn't he?
He certainly did.
A three from MP. And it's Rizachet with the rebound.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
We've got 1:28 left in the first half. Hunter, no good.
All right, I'm just going to say it. He's over the game. Might be time to stop shooting the ball.
Outside, George. And there's the drive. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Atlanta calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
some changes here for the 76ers. Kayla Martin's checked in for George. Gordon comes in for Seth Curry. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Maxey. So it's the Hawks now. 3-point lead. Young, no good.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
3-pointer, Lowry. Here's Embiid. In close, Embiid gets it to fall.
They are just killing them on the interior.
They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Here's Ronnie in the corner. Herter with it. Hits it from 3-point range. Herter's got 5.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
That's good, and the Atlanta lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Lowry.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Pass to Young. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
Yeah, the defense is right to challenge on the inside, but he's a persistent guy.
And this will be his 2nd and 3rd shots at the line here.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
He misses the free throw.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. Young's teammates love to see him at the stripe.
And the second free throw, good.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Outside Gordon. Back to MP. No good with the wing jumper.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Hawks on top, leading by 3. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
They've got Embiid, Kelly Oubre out there with MP. Then it's Paul George, and it's Maxey in at the point. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the Sixers have their superstar in Joel Embiid, but Coach Nick Nurse says they have to maximize him in different ways. Nurse said unpredictability is the key. We have to relieve some of the pressure. Guys are overplaying and sending multiple players at him. We have to find easy baskets out of it. Kevin?
Makes a lot of sense, David. Thank you.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Stan, we talk about this every night. So much great young talent coming into the NBA. Is there one player, though, in particular, who right now stands out to you?
But I have to say, Kevin, Victor Wembanyama. I don't know that we have ever seen a guy of that size do the things that he does. Now, you can say, well, what about Nikola Jokic? Well, Nikola Jokic, first of all, is not Victor Wembanyama. Victor's handle and his length The guy's incredible. He's going to be the face of the NBA for a long, long time.
Here's MP following the basket by Trae Young. Maxey on the wing. Back to MP. The putback. And MP detonates for the putback slam.
Talk about effort. Embiid staying with that one.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Dishes it to Hunter. Here's Rizachet, covered by Oubre. Rizachet with it. Great D that time from Oubre. And George kicks to Oubre. On the wing, MP. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. And here's Hunter. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. A 2-point game. Puts one up from 19. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Hunter's got his first 2 points.
A dead-eye catch-and-shoot guy. Hunter is someone you have to run off his shot.
And Philadelphia calls time here. And Stan, here we are watching DeAndre Hunter. What impresses you most about his game?
Well, I like how steady he has been since he came into the league. I like the fact that he's a guy who can make shots but doesn't need the ball a lot. And I especially like, Kevin, that he's just a guy who figures out what needs to be done, and he's willing to do any of it to help his team win.
What a great intangible, right? To shift during a game and, like you said, give the team what they need at that moment. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Here's Young. On the court for Atlanta. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Young and Bogdanovic are the guards. And it's Hunter in at the small forward position. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Young for 3. And it's MP with the rebound. 76ers trailing. In the corner, George with it. And George hits the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
Atlanta making a switch here. Rizachet checked in. Young against Maxey. Okongwu trying to break free. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, if you're looking for someone to make things happen at the offensive end, Trae Young's the guy you want.
In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Hawks.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. I mean, you love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Good. That one falls. And that's now 10 points for MP.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Here's Rizachet. A second chance effort, and he lays it up and in. And the Hawks lead by 4.
Possessing good size and impressive versatility, the rookie Rizachet looking comfortable operating inside.
And the foul called on MP. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Maxey against Young. Fires from way outside. Offensive rebound. And it's good for 2. Now it's a 6-point Hawks lead.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreaking.
Now, here's MP. George looking over the floor. Oubre on the wing. Clock at 4. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. Bogdanovich against Oubre. At the top of the key, Rizachet. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
His second.
I like the movement from the rookie, Zachary Rizachet.
Shooting for Atlanta, Rizachet. One shot.
What's up?
And that one misses. The 76ers trail by 8. Here's Embiid. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to go on Onyeka Okongwu.
Wow, Embiid pulls the defender in close and then gets all the contact he wants.
Joel Embiid. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
I really don't think there's a more impactful player in the league. Even on nights when his stats don't show it, Embiid changes everything when he's on the floor.
And Embiid drops them both.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. Now, he kept it simple in the huddle. He said, play smart. If we don't beat ourselves, we walk away with the win. Keep it simple, and we got this. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David.
Showing off his inside game, Bogdan is an all-around scorer.
Pass to George. MP left side. Shoots. Offensive rebound. Outside, George. Launches it. Here's Embiid. And the dunk by Embiid.
Domination, plain and simple. Embiid isn't holding back and is giving the defense all he's got.
Now, here is Young. And the pass to Bogdanovich. Here's Okongwu. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got 13 rebounds in the game. Exceeding. The second effort. Can't connect from short range. The Hawks leading by 6. It's Young on the wing. He's covered by Maxey.
Look, that's just great work on the boards. Effort dictates success on the glass more than size.
Probably the last guy you want to foul out there. Maxey almost automatic at the strike.
At the line for Philadelphia, Tyrese Maxey. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 5. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And you just knew he wasn't going to miss that one. Not with so much riding.
Inside. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those two guys.
And in the big moment, Embiid is your guy. And he's always ready to go on the attack.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
Now, here's Maxey. MB finds Embiid. Got it! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
And Bogdanovich throws it down.
And this team has complete faith in Bogdanovic's ability to hit big shots. This guy just doesn't seem to feel the pressure.
Now, here's MP. Here's Oubre. And they call the foul, so he's got the and-one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And wow, what a time to tie this game up, guys.
It took a while, but they chipped away, and now it's anyone's game.
Personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for your Sixers, Kelly Oubre Jr. Shooting 1.
He knocks down the clutch free throw.
A great job to get the bucket and to get to the line. When the game's on the line, you want your guys attacking like he did there.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're behind by 1. 29 seconds left in the fourth. Let's present our New Balance player of the game, Joel Embiid.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hand.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You can't be overzealous inside when you guard him. You got to be better at contesting without fouling.
2 shots.
And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
And how about the composure there at the line? A ton of pressure on those free throws, and he knocks them both down.
MP passes to Maxey. Down low, got a piece of it. Here's MP. Oh, off target.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Team foul. At the line for Philadelphia, 2 shots.
He sinks the clutch free throw. so both free throws good that time. That puts him ahead.
Well, no doubt about those free throws coming up big in the clutch.
Now, here is Young, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
So it's Philadelphia taking the W in a close one here. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing going to play out?
And that'll wrap it up, folks.